another edition of Sandusky Speedway Facebook Live.
Hello to all the fans there at Sandusky Speedway. This is President Trump.
It's the weekly recap of all of last week's action and all the news that you, the fans, need to know. And now for your hosts, here are Doug Dock and the Colonel, Chris Mize.
And that Chris Mize, he's such a good statesman. Just a great, great man of the people.
Take it away, guys.
All right. We will do that.
Hey, you know what?
What's
that picture of the hangover race?
Yeah.
You know, we're only about 4 months out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to believe. It's really hard to believe. It's hard to believe that we're just a couple weeks away from championship night.
Yeah, one more race, championship night, and then cavalcade. First off, though, Doug, like we do every week, I put a post up on my page today. It made a lot of sense. Somewhere out there was a veteran that you don't know. He'll never know you because he's dead and gave his life for your freedoms. And you know, instead of all this other horse crap going on, you know, you should stand up and honor our flag because all our veterans fought for us and our freedoms and for that flag. So the next time you want to think something stupid, just think. There's many people lost their lives not even knowing you. Not even knowing you at the time, gave their lives so you could walk around this country free. So I want to thank all the veterans. You know, you guys, like I say every week, without you guys, we couldn't be doing what we're doing right now. I want to thank the military and the homeland overseas. I can't imagine what you guys go through right now. And same with our police, fire, EMS, doctors and nurses. You know, I can't imagine some of the times you've had, especially the police, in the last 4 months. It's a whole nother Facebook Live, Doug.
Yes, that it is.
So thank you for your service. And you know, if you turned your badge in today and handed everything in today, I sure the hell wouldn't blame you in today's world. So thank you. Other than that, Doug, can you straighten us up there? Up, run up.
There you go.
Musical pictures.
Yeah. You know what? Just for everybody's sake, StreamYard really does a good job with taking care of the people that use it. They're remarkable. So,
but we've had a lot less issues. A lot less issues.
We have.
And what issues you've had, I believe, has been addressed immediately, not waiting on somebody to get back to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I tell you, Doug, just real quick, I'll get off this bandwagon quick, but remember, people, voting's coming up. Well, we got a couple more months, and it's time to vote. You people who live in the district that DJ Swearingen covers, remember him at the voting polls. He fought for us. He's still fighting for us on a committeeman. They got a lot of other things going on down there. I'm sure that'll get sidetracked, but he was one of the ones that stood up and fought for us. So remember that come November. And if you need a yard sign, if you live in his area in Erie County, and I can't remember where the district goes, Doug, but if you live in his district and you need a yard sign, private message me, I'll get you one.
Is it Ottawa?
I think it's Erie and Ottawa. I know it doesn't go east. I'm pretty sure it don't go to Lorraine County.
Right.
Great guy. Great guy. Other than that, Doug, you race fans out there and drivers and that, I'm going to take this weekend off. I won't be at the track this Saturday, so.
Really?
Yeah.
We are going to have fun.
And I think I'm not going to be I'll be at the racetrack, but I won't be racing the Saturday after.
If you're directing on the 12th,
Yeah.
see that.
Oh, that could be interesting, especially now I'm feeling better.
Yes, I was just going to ask. I haven't heard much. You were way better Saturday, but things are getting better now.
It's I don't want to get too off track here, but it's kind of funny. Debbie finally got kind of pissed off and called the doctor's office and everything, and I had my MRI in my brain Wednesday. Everything come back good. They found I had only about 2 cells running around in there, and they were okay. I have to go for a mental evaluation now, Doug, but I'm not sure what that's all about. But
Wow.
but they found, I walked in there and I told them straight out, if you don't find out what's wrong and start trying to fix me, there's going to be a lot of people going to funeral in 2 months. And they found I had a serious infection, white blood cell counts up, and a little bit of blood in the urine. Not that you all want to know that, but they got me on an antibiotic, and what, Doug? Shit, within 24 hours, 30 hours, I was eating, got my appetite back, and like Kevin said, man, it's glad to hear the old you back up in that tower because I was bitching.
Right,
So,
yeah.
But hell of a race Saturday night, man. Hell of a show. First off, though, Doug, there's some things that went on down at the north end of the tunnel. I apologize for anybody that's seen that. That doesn't happen very often. We try to keep anything like that excluded in the pit, so sometimes it's out of your control. So I apologize to anybody that was down in the tunnel, and we tried to deal with that directly and get it out of there as quick as we could and as best we could. So, but other than that, Doug, I told Kevin, I believe Friday night, Kevin, we got 14, 15 mods. We're doing real good, with the way people are running mods all over, and there's not an abundance of them anymore, especially this year. There's plenty of mods, but
Not running.
getting travelers and different things that we normally get, throughout the year. 20 modified showed up, and that was spectacular. Then to turn around and have 20 mods there was one thing, but top 16 or 17 in qualifying were less than a half second apart.
Right. Yep. Yes, you are correct.
And I believe the top 12 or 13 were under 3/10 apart. So, I mean, it was right off the get-go in qualifying. It was shaking up to be a good night, in the feature. And, it turned out to be a good show. We had a few hiccups in the beginning, but it turned out to be a great show. Kenny Sharp and Jason, fighting there to the end, But Doug, if you want to, you got our winners this week?
You know what? I believe I do.
Let's put them up.
You want to see them so you know who they are?
Yes, please.
All right, here we go. What do you think of that?
Hey, it's all good. Jade McCall, he pulls off another victory Saturday night. The kid's going to be tough coming up through, Doug.
Yes. And Tanner Smith, first win in the Renegades.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
I tell you what, it didn't come easy.
No, it did not.
Boy, Dan, at the end of the race, there was a couple different cars up there. Dan was
up there.
Yeah.
At probably every lap. If he's going to be able to hold off, I think it was Napier was on the outside of him, and
Napier's win's coming. I'm telling you, I kind of He's been up front every week. Every week he's been up in the mix, and Dan kind of showed Tanner a nose coming out of 4 underneath, and
Right.
Dan ended up second. It was father and son first and second. Well, son and father first and second. Tanner comes home with his first ever Renegade victory, and we knew that was going to come, Doug, sooner or later. But I'm just going to take a minute. Tanner's just like all the Renegade guys. I mean, you could be up front this week and mid-pack next week, and a whole different crop be up there. And he's been up front, back in the middle, up front, back in the middle. But he got out front, man, and he just ran a hell of a line and a hell of a race. He didn't get shook up. I know he hurt him back there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And congratulations, Tanner, on your first Renegade win. It wasn't given to him. It was not given to him. And trust me, I don't think there was nothing about father letting the son win.
No. Not at all. I was gonna look for the video, but I'd have to mess with it too long. But it's like 33 minutes long. So
yeah, well, Melissa, Tanner's mom and Dan's wife, sits right by the tower, by the door there, and I could have swore I heard her at one time when Dan, "Don't you do it, Danny."
It'll be a long ride home.
Yeah, I mean, but hell of a race there, like always. And then we come up to the pier stocks. JD won again, but like I said, there's some things with his car that we can't give him points for, so the points go credited right on to Johnny Newman as the win. The 2 are out front in the feature again. They got out pretty far and Johnny trying to run them down. But I'm gonna go to the heat race for a minute. A couple weeks ago I talked about Jesse Curlo in a 10 Baby Shark car, and he was right there, and he's still moving on, he's still improving. But I gotta give credit to Ryan Mowry in the Paw Patrol car, to the other Toledo guy. He led that heat race, held them guys off, was running for his life, and unfortunately coming out of 4 he slipped up, and of course there's Jaws JD sitting there waiting, got underneath him and took the win. But that was Ryan's win. Them 2 guys, Ryan Mowry, from the first couple races to now, Ryan's improved so much too. I mean, it's just incredible the amount of work these guys are putting in their cars and trying to improve week after week after week, and having a blast doing it.
Right.
Yeah. So I give Ryan credit. He showed me something, just like Jesse did, and we really appreciate you guys being down here racing with us.
Before you move on, go back to Renegades. Remember, Dan got put tail in that feature.
Yeah, Dan got put tail, and I guess I pissed him off. He come flying back up through, didn't he?
Exactly, and made it back up to.
I wonder if he's driving and going the whole time. I'll show him. I'll win this damn thing. That wasn't the right call. I know that wasn't the right call.
Right. And then
he come back up front, and he said he couldn't hear me. I'm doing my normal. Get to the tail. Get to the tail. I couldn't hear you. Yeah. Okay.
Right. And before we move off of them, talk a little bit about this.
Hey, you guys seeing a picture there? Here's what happened. This was the Pops Clinic Memorial this week, this past weekend. The Renegade guys come up with, I don't know exactly what it was, Doug. I heard $500 that they donated towards the Pops Clinic, memorial race. Everybody's been donating with everybody. The Renegade guys have been pretty free on what they've been doing and stuff. So the modified guys got together and what they wanted to do was show a little appreciation, and Matt Marlowe, once again, he paced the field for the Renegades, and we stopped them on the front stretch single file. Every modified driver walked out and shook their hand and thanked them, and you know, I thought that was probably the coolest thing I've seen all year.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, a show of gratification and appreciation of what they've done all year, and you know, it was a great gesture for them guys to do that. You know, and I can tell you this, Doug. Just like I've been saying for 2 years now, it's showing that you know, our front wheel drive division is no longer that field filler. It's no longer that it's a premier division, and these guys race like a premier division, and other divisions are actually watching them race instead of, you know.
Right.
So I want to thank the modified guys for doing that with their Renegades, and I want to thank the Renegade guys for being a class act that you've been all year.
Because believe it or not, and we actually watched this Saturday, modifieds got done and nobody left.
No, nobody left. And we did kind of keep an eye on that. And modified race was over and none of the fans left. They waited, you know, to the Renegades. And that shows you. That shows you how people are you know, how people feel about that division and that they're a premier division. But just the camaraderie, Doug, the camaraderie and it's been a lot different this year. And just like the modified guys coming out, shaking their hands and thanking them on the front stretch, not in the pits where, you know, none of the fans see it, on the front stretch. And you know, that shows a lot. That shows a lot of respect towards that division, and they've earned it. Well have earned it. So
Dan Smith said that was the right call. It was all him.
Yeah, this is Tuesday. This ain't Saturday at about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
And McCall's put up $300 to the modified feature last week.
That's what I mean. These guys, they thank you, McCalls, every week. You're donating to a great cause, whatever it might be. That's what I mean. It's just, all I can say is it's different, but it's great. You know what I mean, Doug?
Yeah.
And we've talked about it. We talked about it last week. You know, when this first started out this year, this was started going on and that, and we'd wonder, well, to phase out. It's never phased out. You know, if we'd have ran a hot dog race on Saturday night, we'd have probably had fans again running down, giving $20 bills and different stuff. You know, it's just the amount of care and giving this year has been astronomical.
It has been. Modifieds.
What a show!
That was a great show.
You know, anytime you got 20 modifieds in a track, I don't care how good a driver, you're going to have some cautions, and we did. We've had, you know, we had a couple different cautions, but then once we got going, it was just holy crap. Kenny Sharp and Jason Wells, they put on a hell of a show up front, man. Back and forth, and
cautions played a big factor in the top 2 or 3 actually.
Yeah, and you know, Jason comes home with a victory. That guy's on fire this year, really. I mean, he you know, he won at High Miler Saturday night and comes back on this one and, you know, run a hell of a race.
Right.
You know, if you missed the modified show on Saturday night, you missed one hell of a modified show. I don't care what anybody says, you know.
Right. Also want to shout out to R&R for putting up $100.
James is always, and you know what's bad? James went through 6 motors this year.
Wow.
Wasn't, you know, he was pretty much and hold on a minute, let me go on with this. James decided, I think, Friday. He had an Castro's car sitting there, the Beretta that's totaled out in the back end. So they're going to put the Beretta motor in James's car and run it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, James, now that I know you're watching. AJ McCall and Chris Nicastro, am I correct on that? Let me know if he says yes. But so they go over to help him. I think AJ left the garage at 5:30 in the morning. James gets to the track and hasn't been to bed. You know, these guys were up till 5, 6 in the morning all night, making sure that motor got in that car for James to come support the track. And once again, what's that tell you, Doug? You know, these guys are willing to do anything so somebody can race. And it's, I give Chris Nicastro and AJ, I want to say Brad was there too. Brad Merritt, I'm not sure, but I don't know if he was or wasn't, but I give you guys credit, man. Pulling an all-nighter, making sure another racer can race. That's sportsmanship right there.
That is.
And, you know, we appreciate it.
Yep.
So,
and Brad Merritt was there.
Yeah, Brad. I thought so. I wasn't sure, but so you got Brad, Chris, and AJ. They're pulling an all-nighter, and then Chris is out for the season, unfortunately. You know, he totaled 2 cars out, and AJ's out because his car is pretty bad, but he's there at the track, you know, helping Jaden and other people. It's just unbelievable. I mean, they could have just said, I can't. You know,
Right.
James could have just said, nah, I'm not doing it. Instead, they're there. You know?
Yep.
So, overall, Doug, it was a hell of a racing weekend again.
Which makes it interesting for
September 19th.
yes, it sure does. First of all, Dan has locked it up. He is your soon-to-be Renegade champion.
2020 champion. I think 17 or 19, whatever points separate Kyle Lawson and Johnny Newman in the pure stocks.
Yeah, we're gonna put a comb to those points and make sure that we got them completely accurate. That's gonna be a good race. Did I see something from Kyle? He was working on his car or having some problems with his car.
It was, I don't know. There were some issues. He messaged me about points at 5 to 12 Sunday night, and next morning I said, "What? Why you messaging me at 5 to 12?" Because I was up working on the damn car too, you know. So I mean,
Right.
It's sometimes racing is the funnest thing in the world, but you know, especially if you're a driver and that. But the unfortunate part of that, sometimes that race car becomes a second job.
That's,
you know, and you know, dedicated guys will prevail. They'll get the car out on Sunday. Johnny talked to Johnny Newman Monday morning at 6:30. He already had the calipers off, brakes off. He was trying to find an issue all day Sunday. You know, I mean, that's what makes racers.
Right.
And, you know, unfortunately, you know, a lot of them guys will rise to the top, and it is what it is.
September 19th, car show, big car show at Flowerama from 11 to 2 as opposed to a small one.
Make sure you social distance, Kyle.
Right. Then beginner stocks are locked up. Neve Rosiska will become the champion in the beginner stocks. First female, youngest
female champion.
Correct.
She locked that up last week. Modifieds, that's where are we at with that? I didn't even look at the points.
All right, Matt Marlowe is leading in points. He don't have any internet, so he knows none of this.
Yeah.
Yes, no idea. Kenny Phillips is 7 points behind. Kenny Sharp's 22 points behind. Jason Wells is 49 points behind. And Kevin J. Cox Jr. is 87 points behind.
So, in reality, Kevy's got an outside shot, very outside shot.
Yeah, it'd take a lot to happen.
It'd take a lot to happen, but then you get to Jason on up, and it's anybody's game.
Yep. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
This will be an interesting race to watch.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
And
people got extra bumpers made.
Right. Yeah, 4 to 5 of them can actually take the championship. 4 have the best shot at it
on a good night.
Yep, and Matt Marlowe needs to be on his game, but see, he's not going to know anything because he doesn't have internet.
He doesn't have internet.
No idea.
But you know, here's the thing. We're talking about, and I'm gonna bring this on ours for a minute. We're talking about the generosity going on with, you know, we've been struggling a little bit this year on the go-kart side. Track's been pretty decent. You know, we've put a lot of time, but it still gets kind of dusty. They go out and blow it off, and they got the back blows. They play a bit, you know. Marlo says to me, I can't remember if it was Saturday morning or Sunday morning, maybe Saturday. I can't remember which day, but we wanted to buy one of these wheels. I said, well, man, the track's, you know, so hard. I don't know. I come back and Matt goes out and buys one. It's Kevin Jr. It sliced down the end. We can get what we need. The open guys show up. The open guys show up.
Your audio is getting all wobbly.
Is it getting wobbly? Am I all right now?
There you go. Now you're good.
A couple of open guys show up Sunday. I don't know how much it cost, Doug. I'm gonna guess $400 or $500. They got big blower on wheels. Come here, Kevy. Here, that's yours. Use this.
Wow.
So, you know, the generosity and the giving doesn't stop on a big track. It's flowing over into the go-kart track, and we really appreciate that, guys. All the help that you guys done. Matt was out there, you know, Friday night. He camped out, but he's out there Friday night, Saturday morning, you know, and Sunday morning early help and try to get the track prepped. I thought I did a pretty good job, and Kevin Sr. is going to kind of laugh at me because he's still laughing at me about it. I come out there Sunday with Debbie, and we had something to eat, and I'm looking down in the middle of 3 and 4, down kind of low. I see bump. I start getting all aggravated at myself, Doug. And I walk out on the track, you know, and I'm looking. I said, damn it. I walk over. Kevin goes, track's fine, Big Kevin. Track's great. Bullshit. I got a bump over there, and it's pissing me off. You know, them poor guys are hitting that bump, and, you know, but it's kind of funny for a guy that wanted nothing to do with go-karts. Now all of a sudden I'm all jacked out of shape because there's a little bump in 3 and 4 in the middle. So
you're the track foreman.
Yeah. I know when racing starts, I leave. Kevin Jr. can put up with it. I put up with it.
Track foreman. You don't have nothing to do with racing. You just take care of the track.
Take care of the track. I'm the maintenance guy in the go-kart track.
Okay, maintenance guy. All right.
But
and they race on the 6th.
Yes, they do race this Sunday.
Under the lights.
Oh, it is a night race?
That's what I'm being told.
Well, I'm being told we lost live feed. Did we?
No.
Okay. Let me tell you something. I've never been into go-karts that big, Doug. I don't understand them. You know, you can run one go-kart in 3 different classes, changing a blue plate, green plate, whatever plate. But I can tell you there's some good racing going on. And you got to come out, go to Sandusky Karting Series Facebook page, look it up. you guys need to make it out to some of these races on the go-kart side, support these kids, and adults too. I mean, they put a lot of time and effort into them go-karts, and they're there on Sundays, and whether it's 90 degrees or 60 degrees, Doug, they're there. And it sucks when it's 90 degrees out and you're in a suit and you get, the track starts getting a little dusty. You know what that does? Sticks right to you. But they keep going, and Kevy Jr. is doing a hell of a job on that side. I see him, and I gotta laugh. I see him some moments rubbing his head, wondering, I gotta go take care of this. Yep, there you go, buddy. Have at it. See you later. Going home.
Right.
But look it up, Sandusky Karting Series Facebook page. They got races, I believe, Doug, all the way into the first weekend of November. Am I correct?
Yes. So have your snow tires.
And their Facebook lives, I believe tomorrow night on Wednesdays. So look that up. 7:00, I believe it starts.
Yep.
Sandusky Karting Series. Look it up. Go on over and watch some of that. Support it. We got to start showing support to a lot of these younger kids too that are in this, because this is your future racer coming up in for the big track.
Right.
A lot of people, Tony Stewart, Larson, a lot of these big name people started out in a go-kart. Running go-karts. So what are you laughing about?
I am not laughing at all.
That was a smile. I'm pretty good. There it is again.
I am not laughing.
So
serious business.
I thought I wasn't going to be at the track this weekend. I guess I do got to go over there, huh?
Yeah, but on Sunday.
No, that bull crap starts a couple days before when you got a dirt track.
All right.
Yeah, it ain't like you just go blow off the asphalt and go racing on that dirt track.
Right.
So I'm trying to take a little pride in what I'm doing with that. I got, just so everybody knows, I got some big plans for that go-kart track in the off season. Making a lot better surface, bringing in some good play, and there's some things that I'm gonna do. Talk to Frankie Neal.
Watch your audio again.
How do I watch audio?
Well, is your finger on the mic or something?
My finger's not. Oh, is that better?
No.
I went out and bought a brand new phone because you were bitching about it.
Yeah, but it's believe me, it's been a lot better than what we had before. It just seems to come in and out.
Anyways, I've got some plans in the off season for that go-kart track, making the track surface better, bringing in some good play, getting the banking across, so come next season it should be interesting.
Okay.
Or you're gonna see me flying out the driveway to Perkins Ave.
Okay. I'm not sure why your audio is doing that.
Is that better?
It just sounds like you're in a bucket.
I might be in the doghouse. You never know.
You could be. Anyhow, I think we kind of hit everything that I had. Let me check our notes.
Check your notes. Check your script. Check your script.
Check my script. Yes. Yeah, we hit everything. So, Kevin J. Cox Jr. says, it sounds like you when you're on the radio.
It don't sound like me when I'm on the radio. Oh, yeah. Like he has one that he wears in the car anyways.
Yeah, Kevin, we kind of wondered what you were doing Saturday.
Anyways, Doug, before we get off here, you want to put a disclaimer up?
Yeah, actually, I have that.
Okay, you better put it up.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, I don't see the disclaimer.
I don't have it. Oh, wait a minute, I do. Hold on. Don't get excited. get excited yet. I will make it right now. And go.
You know, there's a lot of dumb shit going on in this country right now, Doug. And I don't agree with a lot of it, but I'm one person. You know, this country should take a look at this. What's right's right, what's wrong's wrong. If you want to make your points, there's other ways of doing it than what's going on. I don't care if you're black, white, purple, brown, yellow. Hell, you could be pink for all I care. If you're a good person, you're a good person. Bad people do bad things. Don't matter what color they are. We got to rise up and let good prevail. Start being nicer. Start taking our country back. What's going on today is an atrocity. And you know, for people to sit here and say, well, blacks are standing up with bullshit because 60%, 65% white people in the mix that I consider terrorists. It's not a black it's a political, and I don't agree with it. Everybody take notice. I don't care what you vote. It's your right to vote Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian, whatever you want to vote in November. But if you don't get your ass up and go vote, you don't have a right to say anything. You got what's coming to you. Don't bitch at me if you go vote. I highly suggest you get off your chair and walk in and vote personally come November. It's the most important election that I've seen so far in my life. And trust me when I tell you this, it's one of the most important elections that you will see so far in your lifetime. I don't care what you vote. You got the right to vote whatever way you want. But if you don't vote, you don't have a right to bitch. Period. There's no other way around it. That's about it, Doug.
All right. So let me take that off and put our stuff back on. And one thing that I want to say is if you missed it, you missed an incredible moment. Bev came out and they actually paced the modifieds to the green flag, and it was awesome.
It was. She got on the radio and she said a couple things, and honestly, it was a very emotional moment.
Yeah.
You know, for a lot of us staff, you know, I was glad to see her there, though.
Me too.
Although I said, Beth, once you get on the radio and yell at me about something, I'll feel a lot better.
Right. just yell about something.
Yeah. You know, when you go to bed at night, when you go to bed tonight, you know, we'd appreciate if you said a prayer for Bev. She's not doing that well right now. She's struggling the last couple of days, so you know she's gonna have up and down, more down than up, I'm sure, with what she's fighting. So say a quick prayer tonight when you hit your pillows, and you should be saying your prayers. And also say a prayer for this country.
Yes.
So other than that, what do you got, Doug?
I just thought you should say, you should tell the story about the time she called up and said that the show was going too quick.
You know, it was a high miler Thursday, I think.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
And, you know, I get it in a certain mode, and I push, and Bev calls up to the tower, Chris Mize. And I says, go ahead. And she goes, what are you doing to me? You're running this show by so quick. What are you? And about that time, we had a car going upside down coming out of turn 2. Bam. I'm yelling yellow, yellow, and red, and get that taken care of. And at 5 minutes went by, Doug, and I go, Bev J. Cox, yes. Did I slow it up good enough for you there?
Yeah, we'll be down for about 40 minutes.
But we've gone almost all season now. It's been a bitch from the get go, and just one catastrophic thing after another, and we've worked through it. But I will say that normally when I come in on Saturdays, I go straight to the office, and there's 10-15 minutes that me and Bev talk about what I'm looking at doing, what she might want, incorporated in the show or whatever, what and we go over our plans, which Big Kevin sometimes changes in the middle, but that's okay.
Right.
Kevin
Doesn't know anything about till it happens.
Yeah, it's all right. What are we doing? Me and Bev talked about it, but Bev, if you're watching, I think I've missed that the most this year, that 10-15 minutes of before we get going talking, and so we miss you. So
All right,
people, September 19th, we'll come back on next week, and I don't know, talk about it again.
we'll are we living it next week?
Yeah, we'll come back on, and
we'll find something to talk about. We'll find somebody to get on this show.
Yeah, we'll get somebody on the show, and other than that, make sure you pick up your raffle tickets before we go. I got a couple other things.
Okay.
Casa, right?
Yes.
Flowerama's got them on sale. We had her on last week. It's a great cause. They're a little bit underfunded because they couldn't do their fundraising like they normally could because of the coronavirus. That the CDC just dropped the death rate. That's a whole nother hour-long Facebook Live, what they just pulled this week, but whatever. Make sure you get over there and support this group. Second, I haven't brought a guy's name up, Doug, in a while. And I want to thank Kevin Hill from Lubrication LLC, right? I say it wrong every time.
Lubrication Supply.
The Lubrication Supply LLC. Schaefer's Oil. I want to thank Kevin. We haven't thanked him in a while. Huge supporter of the Renegade Series, main sponsor. I ain't forgot about you, Kevin. So, other than that, holy crap, Travis Eddy's watching.
Yeah, he wants to know how many more nights the mods run.
They run September 19th and then the Cavalcade.
Yeah.
Man, he hasn't even been down this year to bitch at me.
No.
Huh?
No.
Wow. Him and Joey both. So.
Jeff, we talked about the Pure Stock point battle.
Yeah, I don't know where you were at.
Right. You gotta get the medication so you can stay focused.
Yeah, when we're done, go back and replay it. And about 7 minutes in, we get into that. 8 minutes in. We're 43 minutes and 48 seconds in, Jeff.
Yes, we are.
So, thanks, everybody. Have a safe Labor Day weekend. I want to see everybody back. Don't do nothing stupid over the long weekend.
See ya.
Bye.